Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today, the devs are up to something, fellas. Today, another dev blog was released in true wargaming fashion. After I already released a dev blog-centric video, they upload another dev blog, right? But this dev blog is discussing the upcoming April Fool's Day event in Update 13.2. What's important to note about these April Fool's Day events, and with a lot of events that feature a new temporary game type, wargaming is typically testing out some type of new mechanic, system, consumable, or ship type that they plan to introduce into the future. For example, little while ago, for the Halloween event, we had a submarine mode that, well, was testing out submarines. And then we had the bathtub battles not that long ago that were testing out the new minefields that are still being worked on with regards to the support CVs. So that's typically what wargaming is doing with these temporary event holiday modes sometimes. Not sometimes, a lot of times, in fact. So in Update 13.2 for April Fool's Day, we are getting Pinata Hunt. Now, I won't be discussing the mode in too much detail, as it's not really what we're talking about in this video. It's some of the new mechanics they're trying out in this mode. But TLDR, there is a ship that's the Pinata. It's on a fixed route. You destroy it, it blows up in a spectacular fashion. Then a key area spawns around where the ship was destroyed. You have to rush in and fight the enemy team in order to, well, capture that mode and, I assume, win the battle. So that sounds good and all. That by itself, of course, could be testing out a new mode maybe. But it's the new consumables that are being tested in this mode that are very, very interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and read the part of the dev blog where it talks about these consumables. Then we're going to go through them, talk about them, and reconvene afterwards. So again, if you want to read along as I read aloud, check out the link in the description down below. Alright, so they say, in the temporary Pinata Hunt battle type, players will have access to a new type of consumables with special effects, such as placing minefields, buffing their team in various different ways, and more. There will be 8 unique tactical consumables in total, with each ship type having access to 5 of them. One consumable for each ship type will be unlocked at the start, while up to 4 others per ship type may be attained by completing missions or by purchasing with credits. Captains will choose one of their available tactical consumables to be brought into battle while in port. Similar to other consumables, swapping between them will be free of charge. These consumables will be used as an additional separate slot. This consumables will use an additional separate slot. One charge of the tactical consumable will be available at the start of the battle. Additional charges can be collected from interactive zones, dropped 3 times per battle by the Pinata ships at different HP thresholds. Once an interactive zone is taken by a ship, similar to the collectible buffs in the arms race mode, the whole team will receive an additional charge of their selected tactical consumables. Alright, so that's interesting. Tactical consumables. You might be thinking, well, what are some of these tactical consumables? Well, I'm glad you asked, because here they are. So, I'll take a screenshot of this and just throw it up on the screen if you want to sit and read all of it. I am going to read through it, but if you want to read through it yourself, there they be. So, the first one is damage control measures. Restores 1% of HP per second to you and your allies. Applies the damage control party effect. Reload time is 120 seconds. Action time is 30 seconds. So that sounds like the repair aura that is around the Liberty ships, usually in the operation modes, maybe? I think that's what that is. Smoke screen sounds familiar. Place the smoke area at the specified location. Reload time is 90 seconds. Action time is 90 seconds as well. Preparation time is 30 seconds, and it takes 25 seconds to spawn. Now, I'm wondering if that's like it's just going to spawn in a magical smoke screen out of nowhere, or like you're going to have a squadron of planes come in, kind of like the ASW aircraft, but instead of, dropping ASW mines, it's going to drop ASW mines, depth charges, it's going to drop a smoke screen. That's what I would assume it sounds like. Sabotage slows down the pinata, prevents your team from losing points, prevents the opposing team from earning points. Reload time is 120 seconds, and the action time is 40 seconds. Reconnaissance Squad calls planes into the area. Airplanes patrol the area, detecting and attacking enemy ships. Reload time is 60 seconds, action time is 120 seconds, and the prep time is 30 seconds. So with the Reconnaissance Squad, at first I was like, oh, it's like a fighter, but they attack enemy ships. So I wonder if they're going to be like rocket planes, torpedo planes, or dive bombers. That would, clarification on that would be much appreciated. Alright, Minefield. Places a minefield in the selected area. Reload time is 120 seconds. Field activation time is 40 seconds. And the prep time is 30 seconds. So that is, a minefield. That's just literally the minefield planes from the CVs at that point. Maneuvers. Speeds up allies by 30%. Increases the rudder shift time of allied ships by 30%. Reload time 120 seconds. Action time 45 seconds. So you're just feeding all of your machines crack at that point, it sounds like. Alright, Immortality makes you and your allies immune to all damage. Reload time is 150 seconds. The action time is 15 seconds. That is the same thing as the force field from Saving Transylvania that the Tirpitz gets, where you don't get any damage while that's active, so you use it to ram the enemy bot ships, and you rack up like a bagillion damage in that game mode. This last one's pretty interesting. Focus Fire. Target enemy takes 20% more damage from all sources. It's like the Hunter's Shot from Destiny. Reload time is 120 seconds. Action time 30 seconds. Prep time is 30 seconds. The note here at the bottom, once Smokescreen, Reconnaissance Squad, Minefield, and Focus Fire tactical consumables are activated in battle, a tactical map will appear on which you can select the area and use the selected consumable. In case of Focus Fire, you will need to select the enemy ship instead of an area. So it's like kill streaks from Call of Duty coming in. So, okay, I only think a handful of these are actually going to be tested like for use in the game. I think it's safe to say Immortality, they're just throwing that in there for this game mode just to be like a fun little thing. Because that is way too OP, right? Like, if you can pop that in-game before you ram a battleship and like a friggin' submarine, you could be in like a U-4501 and take out a freaking GK from full health. That's just absolutely broken. So I think it's safe to say that one is not going to make it into game. I can see Damage Con, helping your enemy, your friendlies heal. I could definitely see that one making it into game. Smokescreen, yes. I mean, because you're just calling in a squadron of planes to lay a smokescreen. That's what it sounds like, at least. Sabotage, I don't think so. I mean, maybe for like airship escort, if that ever makes its way back into the game, or for like convoys, maybe. But I don't know about that. Reconnaissance Squad, I can see that making it in. Minefield, actually, you know what? I can actually see all these except for Immortality making it into the game, or maybe like Focus Fire. Again, that's a little bit much in my opinion. A 20% damage buff just because, I took this consumable and now I'm pointing at you, right? Like, the others seem like tools, right? Damage con, smokescreen, reconnaissance, maneuverability, the maneuverability buff. Those all seem like tactical tools that can, help you out or help your teammates out in a, in a pinch. But Sabotage, Immortality, and Focus Fire just seem like a little bit too much. And, that very well may be why they're trying them out in this mode right now, in this temporary mode, to see, okay, are these too much? Or could we potentially, tweak these to where they could work in random battles or whatever mode they may be having an idea to put this in. So it's interesting for sure. Now, what's also interesting with the damage control measures, I believe in Blitz, you can already do something like this. Like, you can pull up next to a friendly ship in Blitz, and you can assist them with, fighting the fires or repairing their ships, which there's like historical precedence for that, of course. Well, not only in like, naval warfare, but just, ships in general. If a ship's on fire and the other ship has, the ability to help them fight that fire with a water cannon or something, they will, try to assist them in putting out that fire as much as possible. Same with, trying to repair their ship. I think that's perfectly fine. There's enough of a basis in reality for the damage control measures, smokescreen, and the reconnaissance squad for those to work in game. Same with the minefield as well. So I think these could potentially work very well in game. The other ones, again, immortality, focus firing, and sabotage. Sabotage really existed, but in this manner, not so sure about that. Maneuverability, a 30% speed boost is kind of nuts for 45 seconds. Like, imagine a couple of Paulo Emilios running together and one of them pops this, or if it stacks, all three of them pop that. That's a little kooky in my mind, but okay, it's getting interesting, alright? And for the particular game mode, this is the unlock order for the various classes for these tactical consumables, as they do call them. I do like how for most of them, immortality is the last thing on the unlock tree, But okay, so yeah, this could be interesting. They could be trying out a system where you can swap out your already existing consumables for these consumables, kind of like a legendary consumable, if you will. 2, they could be testing out a new class of ships. Maybe they're going to start adding in, like how we have support CVs. Maybe we'll get support cruisers, support battleships, support DD, support submarines, Could be quite interesting, and adding another layer of tactics on top of, what we already have in game. So, pretty interesting in my opinion, because it would add, the ability to help out your teammates. Because there's very, very, very little of that in this game right now. You can't really help your teammates out any besides, like trying to take some fire for them, or maybe trying to finish off an enemy that's about to kill them. There's no way for you to, heal your friend, help them put out a fire, help them repair their ship, right? You can't really do that at all in game right now. So I'm on board with adding stuff like this to the game, where you can help your friend put out a fire, help your friend repair their ship. Would definitely help in today's World of Warships with all the HE spam and such, right? I think it's definitely something that would very much be needed in the game. The issue I would have is, how do you reward that in game, in the economy, right? Because if there's no incentive to do it economically, then very few players will actually do it, unless you're playing with some buddies in a Discord call, right? But if you get rewards like in credits, or just the way they reward damage or something like that, I think it would most definitely help. And they've been able to kind of get that to work with like spotting damage and such. So I think they could definitely get it to work with like allies repaired or whatever. You get rewarded as if you had done damage to an enemy ship. Then I think it would work quite well. There's some things I'm just spitballing off the top of my head right now, trying to see these new mechanics or consumables, whatever you want to call them, get added in the future, some hurdles they will have to overcome. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. I'm pretty interested to see where this goes, and like with quite a few of these temporary game modes and the mechanics they tested out, we could never hear from them again about this. It could get shelved for a couple of years, and it could return in 2027 for all we know. But right now, I am interested in it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. I will be live streaming right here on the channel and on Twitch tonight around, not tonight, this evening around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. U.S. Central Time, so make sure to come out for that. Hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.